I apologize. I have to get to. I'm 10 minutes late for another engagement I have to get to. I want to thank all of you for being here. The chair would ask Ms. Hageman if you could come up and take the chair while we go to Mr. Moran, and then Ms. Hageman will close out our hearing. But I did have two quick things. Mr. O, you had a point you wanted to make earlier, and I said I'd give you time. You can make that point if you haven't. Committee will be in order if we get the Capitol. You decided to not wait for the police. So if you wanted to do that real quickly, and then I did have a question for Mr. Marcus.
Of course, yeah. I just wanted to touch on Representative Roy's question regarding, application of DEI offices and why they may not be so effective. I mean, of course, my biggest problem with these offices is the I in DEI, inclusion. Of course, I think it's a pretty safe assumption that everyone here wants the inclusion of all viewpoints. However, I don't understand how such offices can pretend to facilitate that when it's so unequally applied. When we hosted Alan West on our campus, he came to speak about race, and this was heavily protested, especially by members of this office. The university itself and their Distinguished Speaker Series, which is pretty well known in the Buffalo area, was able to host Nicole Hannah-Jones, who is the founder of the 1619 Project. These speakers each came to talk about race. They each have large followings, but the response to them was vastly different. Yep. If DEI offices were committed to handling these topics equally, I fail to see why there was this discrepancy.
So one of the things I've just recently learned about, you made me think of it, I know on campuses we have these safe spaces, we have free speech and all this stuff that does mean, it seems to me the free speech zone should be everywhere. It's called the First Amendment. But we have these things. But I learned about this issue called no contact orders. Have any of the three of you students experienced that dynamic on campus where someone says they don't like your point of view, they report to the DEI officer, someone in the campus in authority, and then there's an order that you're not allowed to have contact with another student because that student is somehow offended by what you believe or what you may have said. Have any of you had any experience with that?
I personally have not had any experience with that. No.
Okay.
I also have personally not experienced that.
Okay.
I have not either.
That's good to hear. Maybe it's not very prevalent, which would be a good thing. Mr. Marcus, in your opening statement, you talked about 4 things you thought should happen that you were suggesting the committee do. If you could just, and I just wrote down 1 to 4, but I didn't get those. If you could just recite those for me again, that'd be great.
Certainly, Mr. Chairman. I suggested that Congress could provide the Education Department with tools to address violations of the freedom of speech, similar to the way in which it handles violations of the right to be free of discrimination.
Okay.
Second, that there could be a special advisor or coordinator for free speech within the Department of Education reporting to the Secretary. Third,
promoting free speech, promoting the First Amendment, not the Disinformation Governance Board that the Biden administration tried to set up that would limit speech. Is that right?
That's right, Mr. Chairman.
Got it.
If free speech is addressed, if at all, by the Office of General Counsel, by the Office for Civil Rights, there are implications of work done by the Office of Post-Secondary Education and other components, but there is no institutional repository of knowledge on how it is that free speech can be protected.
Okay.
Third, I suggested that the Anti-Semitism Awareness Act would provide important tools for the Education Department. And I believe the fourth one is that there could be a check on whether the Biden administration is indeed planning to issue the promised regulations implementing the Trump Executive Order 13899 next month, as promised in the OIRA Unified Agenda and Regulatory Plan, but for which there's been no talk in.
That's something that's current that we need to pressing right now. I want to thank all of our witnesses, particularly our students, Ms. Silverstein, especially you and what you've had to endure. But thank you all for being here. The chair now recognizes the gentleman from Texas for 5 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Thanks for having this hearing today. Actually, freedom of speech for me, but not thee, I think is the central theme for conservatives on college campuses. That's the unfortunate truth that we really see perpetuated by college and university administrators across the country. Think about the few examples we've kind of hit on today a little bit, including yours. Riley Gaines was attacked twice when she went to San Francisco State University. And it didn't just stop there. The school kind of glossed over it by saying that students tremendous bravery for the students who participated peacefully on campus, or when the acting associate dean for administrative affairs at the University of Arizona sent an email to students that they may be impacted by Charlie Kirk coming to the school and provided them with counseling for anyone who was considered that, I guess, violence of some flavor. Or most recently, just last month, in the classroom at Stanford University, a lecturer asked Jewish students to raise their hands if they were Jewish and put them in the corner of the room and said, that is what happens in Palestine. Colleges and universities should be epicenters of American freedoms. Schools should robustly protect the right of students to defend their position, to articulate their position, to express those viewpoints on campus. These are the labyrinths of our future, of this republic. But many college university administrators have shown that their commitment is not to protect free speech unless it is speech in which they agree with. Let's play a video real quick.
It was a terrifying night. Campus police issuing a shelter-in-place order.
Colleges across America are in turmoil.
He's a fascist, and Berkeley did not welcome him.
College swimmer physically hit by trans rights protesters after speaking at San Francisco State University.
Intimidating and bullying a Jewish kid.
Pro-Palestinian protesters storm a New York college. They pound on the doors, threatening 11 Jewish students.
I didn't think I was this intimidated. I believe that gentleman just threw paint on me.
Yeah, no, you just support the genocide of trans kids and...
A group called the NYU Anti-Fascists, arguing that McGinnis is a hate speaker with a track record of using incendiary language.
So these are our college campuses in America today. Is this your experience, the three of you collectively?
I personally have not experienced, thank God, violence towards myself, but the rhetoric being spread and the incitement to violence, yes.
Yes, this is very similar to what we have, when we're tabling, also the lectures that we host on campus.
Unfortunately, yes, it is. We had a violent mob chase us across campus following one of our lectures, and I have had literature comparing me to a Nazi, to a fascist, with many other obscenities written in the letter sent to the address of my parents' house. So these issues need to extend off campus.
See, that's the problem I think what most of us see is that colleges should be the environment in which you learn, that you learn how to debate, that you learn how to defend your ideas, to grow as a person. But that doesn't seem to be the case here. Scholars have said that the purpose of the American public school system is to prepare the future citizenry of this republic, but that doesn't seem to be taking place. Ms. Jordan and Mr. Ogrijak, did I pronounce that right? Okay. I know there was a lot of variations of that I heard today. I just wanted to confirm that. A 2022 report from the Foundation for Individual Rights in Education revealed that roughly 3 in 5 students expressed worry about damaging their reputation because someone misunderstanding what they have said or done. Roughly 1 out of 2 students reported that they feel discomfort expressing their own views on college campuses on controversial political topics. Can genuine learning transpire in such repressive academic institutions? Ms. Jordan?
Sorry, could you repeat the question again, please?
Can genuine learning transpire in such a repressive academic environment?
Like, are you asking if learning can happen from how these students are kind of acting out?
Right, so I mean, if 1 out of 2 students feel that they can't express themselves because of discomfort of a controversial political topic, can you truly be learning?
Absolutely not, because you're just running away from the conversation. You're not engaging in dialogue. You're learning nothing. Like recently, me and a fellow YAF member had been accosted by 2 pro-Palestine people, and when we were sharing our viewpoints, and someone else who actually had a personal connection to 2 hostages started sharing our viewpoints, the 2 students just ran away. They learned nothing, got nothing out of the discussion because they can't tolerate a different point of view and can't be exposed to another side. Therefore, it's just a constant echo chamber of misinformation.
Mr. Ogrijek, isn't that self-censorship basically, and that you're not allowed to participate or express your viewpoints? Isn't that concerning?
Yeah, that is concerning to me. Of course, true education, true understanding, questioning your own morals can only come when everyone in the room, everyone who is in that Center for Learning is able to completely express their values, their viewpoints. If you are unable to do so, I don't understand how new ideas can form.
Thank you. And just in conclusion, Ms. Silberstein, I noticed in your written testimony that you talked about how relatives from Israel have called you to see how you were doing here. And this is in light of the recent events that are going on in Israel right now. How insanely
gõ cửa trái tim van anh được vào, dù tình xót đau chung thân huyệt đau, ngủ vùi với chim bao nỗi niềm mắt xanh xao, nhưng em vẫn ngóng tim anh mở cửa. Gõ cửa trái tim sao anh hững hờ, ngõ hồn tái tê năm canh thẫn thờ, nhện lòng mắc răng tơ để một mối bơ vơ, khi không anh nhốt em trong đợi chờ. Bằng vàng nên tiếng kêu nghe bẽ bàng, để em gõ cửa miên man mà anh không chút oan than. Em buồn lang thang gõ cửa trái tim, nghe xa nghìn trùng đèn mờ hắt hiu cô đơn tận cùng, đàn lỡ phím sai cung, tình này cũng mông lung, tim anh ai khóa để em lạnh lùng. Gõ cửa trái tim van anh được vào, dù tình xót đau chung thân huyệt đau, ngủ vùi với chim bao nỗi niềm mắt xanh xao, nhưng em vẫn ngóng tim anh mở cửa. Gõ cửa trái tim sao anh hững hờ, ngõ hồn tái tê năm canh thẫn thờ, nhện lòng mắc răng tơ để một mối bơ vơ, khi không anh nhốt em trong đợi chờ. Anh bằng vàng nên tiếng kêu nghe bẽ bàng, để em gõ cửa miên man mà anh không chút oan than. Em buồn lang gõ cửa trái tim nghe xa nghìn trùng. Đèn mờ hắt hiu cô đơn tận cùng, đàn lỡ phím say cung, tình này cũng mông lung. Tìm anh ai khóa để em lạnh lùng. Đàn lỡ phím say cung, tình này cũng